All right, my growth mindset math side maniac Panthers. Let's go. Interactive video on translating and solving equations. Translate this sentence into an equation. Notice we say equation, not expression. The difference is an equation has an equal sign, and we have a magic word for that. What is the magic word? You know what it is already without me even telling you what it is. If you haven't guessed it yet, it is. Spelled with an I-S, not Z, even though it sounds like a Z, because it's more fun to say is than is. I think technically it is. How about that? So that is the magic word. When you see the word is, you're going to put an equal sign. When you see the word equal sign, you're going the other way around, you're going to put the word is. And we know this 25 is this number 25 times multiply a number. Pick any letter you want. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. Sounds good to me. So we're going to use K this time. And is 75. 75, just drop it like it's hot. So we rewrite this whole thing together. Oh, we have an issue here. See this right here? I'm going to use a different color just to point it out. X, K. That looks like a letter. So in algebra, instead of using a letter, let's just use a dot. Instead of like this, X multiply, we're going to go poof, a dot. So as I rewrite this whole thing, it's 25 dot K equals 75. So even in algebra, sometimes we can just take away the dot because the default operation is multiply or poof, make it all disappear. Well, just the dot anyway. Let's keep the numbers and the letters and the equal sign and so forth, because that is important. That equal sign is very important. So we're going to say 25. Whoops, let's read back. There we go. 25K equals 75. That's it. You are D-O-N-E with that one. Let's move on. Your turn. Okay, how'd you do? Did you find the magic word? What is the magic word? Is. And what does is mean? Is means equals. And then we have a 60 here. Kapow! 6 less than a number. So now we have another kind of magic word here, a very important word. It's a switch word. So whenever you see the word than, what you're going to do is go, than, uh-oh, switch. Or what do you do when you see the word than? You go, uh-oh, switch. We're going to switch it up. So what do I mean by that? Whenever you see the word than, you're like the conductor in a train. You got to switch the tracks. You got to switch the trains to a different track. So this train here, this 6 less than train, is going to go on the other side. This 10 times a number is going to go on the other side. They're going to switch. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to take this one. This train's going to come over here. Chugga chugga, choo choo. And this train, this 10 times a number, is going to come over here. That's it. But we're going to keep our magic is in the same place. All right, and we're going to keep our what it is, what it is, what it is, what it isn't, what it is, what it is, what it isn't, what it is what it is, it is not what it isn't. So, but it is 24. That's the thing. We're going to make sure it is 24. So when we do this whole thing here, see, what does this look like? What does it look like before we switch? Because if we see what it looks like before we switch, it can be like a lot easier to switch afterwards. Makes sense, right? Sort of. So 6 less, we know, is 6. It's either going to be 6 minus or minus 6. Since we're going to switch it, I'm going to go with the minus. It's going to minus 6 at the end, right? So anyway, follow along with me. This might make more sense after we switch it. Now we're going to do this 10 times. 10. Here's our times. Let's use a dot for now. A number, pick any letter you want. Let's just use X just because X is the most popular letter. Not that the most popular is always the best, by the way. Popular doesn't mean always the best quality. Keep that in mind, okay? Is what it is, what it isn't. Let's use our red just for now, for fun. Is, and keep the 24 red just for fun, right? 24. Now I'm going to switch switch. Switch, wait a minute. We got to switch. We got some switching to do. See what it says? The than, switch. We got to switch the blue with the green. So let's take the blue and put it first. So this got to come first. We're going to say 10 times X. Now we can do the green. Minus 6. Now we can put what it is, what it is, what it isn't, equals 25. Now you're D-O-N-E unless you want to poof that dot out of there between this dot here, between the 10 and the X. So let's poof it. 10x minus 6 equals 25. And shushing. Your turn. All right, so that's my bit for the moment. Let's go check out some other bit that I found online, a little YouTube video, which I think is pretty decent. It almost looks like something I would make, but I didn't make this one. But anyway, check it out, and then we'll come back for a few more questions after that, and we will be DONE. See you soon.
Professor Fourbeer, are you ready for another exciting lesson? We are going to be talking about algebra, and I have several books with valuable information to share. Oh no, my algebra books are missing. Some scoundrel is trying to prevent me from teaching you algebra. There are only 5 books. Yes, 5 on my shelf. The total number of books on my shelf should equal 14. Where are my missing books? And how many are missing? Wait a minute. This could be written as a math problem. As I said before, I never repeat myself. So, pay attention. Yes, This looks like a math problem to me. An equation, to be exact. The equal sign gives it away. When you have a mathematical sentence with an equal sign, you are dealing with an equation. But what does this mean, missing algebra books? Well, that is a mysterious number that is unknown. When you have an unknown number, you can use a letter or a symbol to represent it in an equation. This is known as a variable. Let's use the letter X. Y? Okay, let's use the letter Y. 5 plus Y equals 14. Oh, you meant Y, not Y. Well, you can also use Y or any other letter or symbol to stand for an unknown number. It makes our mathematical sentence easier to work with. Let's go ahead and stick with X. X is the most commonly used variable, and whose idea was that? A clever expert. Now that you have an equation, it is your job to solve it by finding what the variable X stands for. You want your equation to look like this. X equals something. Now, it isn't that hard. Just follow this one very important rule. Equations like everything to be fair and equal. So, here's a very important rule. Whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other. Take 5 away from this side. That is a good way of getting rid of the 5 because 5 take away 5 is 0. But remember our very important rule. What you do to one side, you must do to the other. So take away 5 from this side too. Now that the 5 is gone from this side, X is by itself, and X equals 9. Notice how I lined up the equal sign as I figured out this equation. We can check our answer by plugging 9 back into our original equation in place of the X. 5 plus 9 equals 14. Correct! What about this equation? X minus 21 equals 8. Again, you want to get the unknown X all by itself. How can you make minus 21 into a 0? Let's add 21 to both sides. Minus 21 plus 21 equals 0, and 8 plus 21 equals 29. So, X equals 29. There you have it. You have learned about mathematical equations using variables. Come to think of it, you have just learned algebra. We didn't need my missing algebra books after all. Oh, wait a minute. I was sitting on them. I had them all along. You could say that my algebra books are my seat of learning. I like algebra. I never got a bad grade in algebra. But then, I never took algebra. Just learned it on my own.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that video. It is very good stuff. Maybe not as good as moi, but you know, everybody can't be as good as me. What are you gonna do? You know, okay, but it wasn't me, I promise. I know it seems like me. So remember the goals of the objective, the name of the game is get the X by itself, or whatever variable it is, X, A, B, C, D, F, G, H, it can be whatever, X, Y, Z, all the way. Whatever one it is, get it by itself and find out what it equals. And so here it is. Here's our X. We want to isolate it, get it all by itself. So what are we gonna have to do with this? We're gonna have to subtract these 4 units from this side. If we subtract 4 units from this side, we're going to have to subtract 4 units from this side, and then we'll see what X equals. So we have X plus 4 units equals. That equals always goes in the middle, down the line. So what I like to do right away, and I haven't did it this time, hopefully in the future, going forward, I will do this. I will put like a dotted line or some kind of line here, so we know that everything we do to one side, we got to do to the other. So let's see what we got here. We're going to subtract 4 from this side. We got to subtract 4 from the other. What is on the other side? See, I didn't put that either. Let's put that down there. It would be, as originally 10, right? This is x4 equals 10. So let's go ahead and subtract 4 from the other side because that's what we did on the other side. Yeah, so back to the red and subtract 4 from 10. There we go. That's a little bit better. And so these two 4s cancel out. Positive, negative 4 equals 0. I mean, yeah, say it, you know what I'm saying? Okay. If you have a hill that's 4 tall and you take away that 4 feet tall, whatever hill, now you're left with a level hill, which is a level playing field. Well, we still have that X there. So let's put that X down so we don't forget our X. Equals, we still have our equal sign right here. Drop it like it's down right there. It is. Yep, the X comes right here. Now we still have to subtract 10 minus 4, which should be 6. And there it is, X equals 6. And here, let's do it on the scale the way it's meant to be done, which is to take away 4 from this side. 1. Oh, it's not balanced anymore. 2, because whatever we do to one side, we have to do the other. So we're taking away 4, 3, 4. So now let's take away 4 from this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And there it is, x equals 6. Oh my gosh, that was so intense. Whoo, my hand hurts. How about yours? Okay, guys, this is a long video, so I'm just going to say peace out, Panthers, pride, passion, purpose.